Sunday, right? Every Sunday. We light them every Sunday. We do it in worship. And we do it as part of our worship. We do it for many reasons. To set a mood, whether it is the joy of a feast, a holy party, as described in that first reading for us today, that reading of that image of that feast on the holy mountain. We light candles to mark sacred time, sacred space. But today we will light those little candles, all those little candles, tea lights. I was reminded of the name. We will light those out of love, grief. We light them to remember, to give thanks. The act of lighting the candles is a ritual. It's word and action put together. And it tries to symbolize a life that has touched us, a person that we want to honor. Each flame, each light, a way to remember and to see, a way to see how their lives touched ours. But as any ritual should do, it does not just pull us back to the past, but it can also focus us on the future. Each little candle can be for us a call to carry on, an opportunity to carry on the good of that person. Focus on moving forward into the future. That is the power of ritual. It is, in a sense, a passing of the torch. Passing of the torch. So when I say that, passing of the torch, when I say those words, what comes to mind? I can't see you with these things at all. Point of readers, I guess. But when I say passing the torch, what do you think of?
Olympics.
The Olympics. The Olympics, right? Yeah, marathon. And they're running, I guess, in New York today. But the Olympics. The carrying of the torch from Olympia, Greece, carried by athletes and other distinguished people, individuals, carrying that flame to the destination. Now, I've known two people who've been able to carry, who were asked to carry that torch, participated in that ritual, that ancient ritual. Except it's not. It's not ancient at all. That carrying the torch. Well, okay, lighting the flame in Olympia is ancient. I was there, not so long. I'm not that old. If my kids were here, they would light it. No. But that place where they use a giant mirror to focus the light and the heat and light the torch. But anyway, the running of that torch is not ancient. In fact, it is very modern. It's even more modern than the modern invention of the games. The first modern games were done in 1896. That's when they kind of started this up again, the Olympics. But the ceremonial torch relay is even newer than that. So here's another trivia question for you for when you're on Jeopardy. Yes. Does anybody know when the Olympic torch relay? Okay. Yes. Was begun. Go ahead, Garrett.
I'll let the rest of the group take a second first.
Okay. You want your star? Okay, sure. Go ahead. Yes.
I'll take some grace. Riches in heaven, please.
Okay.
1936.
Yes. 1936. And I already heard some, yes. Yes, 1936, the Olympics, and if you don't remember, well, you don't remember, I'm digging holes here. 1936 Olympics were held in Berlin.
Yes.
Yes, Berlin, yes. So, Berlin, 1936, Hitler's Germany. And you can probably guess that the torch relay was actually created to somehow tie the Third Reich and their obsession, their myth, their fable of Aryan superiority, to link it to the ancient classical Greeks. That ritual was a fiction. Nazi propaganda, filmed even by Leni Riefenstahl, if you're, any historians amongst us, yes. So that wonderful tradition of carrying the torch, is it tarnished? Does shedding some light on the ritual, the passing of that flame, does telling the truth about the tradition tarnish the torch for alliteration purposes? Or, by looking at the history, at the reality, can it provide us actually with an added dimension? By acknowledging the origins, but also propelling us towards what a better vision, what we would want it to symbolize. One of ongoing struggle for humanity, for respect, for compassion, that crosses all borders, is not owned by one certain ethnicity or nationality. A ritual that unites people, reminiscent again of that prophetic word in our first reading. The prophetic vision of God, divine and holy comfort, salvation, healing, not just for one select group of people, but for all God's children, all nationalities, all ethnicities. For yes, we are all blanketed, covered with that shroud, death, that comes to all of us. And that vision that we are given in that first reading of God wiping it away, God swallowing up death at a holy party, but done for all God's children, not just some of us. So call me woke. Sure, I'll take it. Call me woke. But the gift of history and our faith, and actually of today, is awareness. So we do not light candles because these saints that we're remembering, that we have pictured here or that we are carrying with us in our hearts, we don't do it because they were perfect. They weren't. Or even maybe good. Because sometimes they're not. Sometimes we're all not good. They're not even better than any others. We're all saints. We light these candles because the people are loved. Loved by us? Yes, this is definitely why we do this, why we will go and light some candles and brought pictures. They were loved by us in their humanity, with all their giftedness, with all their faults, in all their beauty and their brokenness. We light these candles not to obscure or hide their pain. That's not what light is supposed to do, their failures, but to see them better. And to remind us that God's love shone on them. God's love shone on them and through them, seen by them. We call them saints because we believe we're all saints. Not because they're special, but because God ignites a sacred fire within us of forgiveness, love in each and every one of us, and calls us to carry that with us, to carry that fire, that flame, that energy, to carry that torch today. Amen.